A lovely Thursday. Oh, I'm saying Thursday. It's a lovely Tuesday evening, and you're listening to Invicta 98.9 FM. It's time for the Never Dull Moment program on radio. That's talking about Ground Zero. My name is Ehis Agbon. Today on Ground Zero, we shall be looking at these trending issues in the polity. Just some few hours ago, there was a breaking news. And what was the breaking news all about? The fact that, wanted, fugitive, or on the run leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, we got the information that he has been rearrested and repatriated to Nigeria. Also, trending in the polity is defection fever. Zamfara governor Matawalle, is it in APC? Is it back to APC? Or what exactly is happening? Because so far, we don't have solid confirmation from him. Just before we stepped into the studio, we were still monitoring what's happening in Zamfara State to see if we can get a breaking news. These are the two things that we'll be talking about on the program today. But like always, we'll have our main topic. Other issues will just crop in, and we will definitely talk about them. I have two guests on the program today. One that is as constant as the Northern Star, or do I say the recurring decimal in Ground Zero? He is a veteran journalist and a media strategist, Eddy Ochigbo. Eddy Ochigbo, you are welcome to Ground Zero.
Hey, I can't thank you enough for those superlatives. My respectful regards to the listening public.
Okay. And I also have with me in the studio another media practitioner. This is actually his debut on the program in the person of Jeffrey Ngbede. Jeff, you're welcome to Ground Zero.
It's nice to be here.
All right. You can see that in the studio today, I have someone from the very, very old school and someone from the very, very new school. All said and done, we are in the school this evening. So,
the marketplace of ideas.
The marketplace of ideas. Why are you letting that out of the bag?
You say the school.
The school is for the future. Okay, it's something that is coming on air soon. You get to know the school and the marketplace of ideas, what it's all about. Like I said on the program today, you've had the SNIPPETS, and you can be a part of the program by going to our various social media platforms, starting from the Invicta FM Facebook page at Invicta FM Kaduna. You see the post in respect of today's program. You just go there, click it, drop your comment, add your add a question, or whatever you want to say. Just let us know right there. It's at Invicta FM Kaduna, and of course, you can follow us on Twitter. Oh, did I say Twitter?
No. You are talking about.
You can follow us on Instagram, which happens to also be our Twitter handle, though.
Facebook or what?
The Instagram handle is at Invicta FM 989. Just go there. Remember to always use the hashtag Ground Zero. Hashtag Ground Zero, so we know that your comment and contributions are meant for the program Ground Zero. Okay, and at some point in the course of the program, we'll open up the phone lines so that you can also add your voice to our conversation, and together we will all add value to what we are discussing. Of course, the YouTube handle of Invicta FM is Invicta FM Online. So on YouTube, go there, go check the videos of the program, and also you watch the live video of what's happening in the studio. It's also on Facebook. You can watch us live on Facebook. Then the last but definitely not the least is you can go to our website at www.invictafmng.com. invictafmng.com. All right, let's go straight to looking at some more details so that we can have a hang of it before we go deep into the conversation. Starting from the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, has been rearrested and brought back to Nigeria to face his trial. Nigeria's Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, has said at a joint press briefing today with the State Security Service in Abuja, Malami disclosed that international collaborative effort with security agencies led to Mr. Kanu's arrest and repatriation to Nigeria. Kanu and his co-defendant are facing treasonable felony charges at the Federal High Court, Abuja. Kanu fled the country in September 2017 after an invasion of his home by the military in Afarauku near Umuahia, Abia State. The Nigerian government obtained a court order on September 20th, 2017 to designate IPOB a terrorist group, and it was proscribed. And since then, there has been issue. Now, Malami said Kanu was arrested on Sunday through collaborative effort of the Nigerian intelligence security. He did not give details about where he was arrested. He stated, now I'm quoting Malami, self-acclaimed leader of the proscribed secessionist indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu has been intercepted through the collaborative effort of Nigerian intelligence and security services. He has been brought back to Nigeria in order to continue facing trial after disappearing while on bail regarding 11-count charge against him. A joint press briefing was where all of this was made. Okay, that's for that. Let's go to the second item that we have slated today, which basically has to do with the governor of Zamfara State, who was in APC, defected to now left APC for PDP in the heat of the primaries and all the issues they had then prior to the election in 2019. Eventually, the court gave him the ticket of the governorship election, and since then, so many people have always said he would come back to APC because ideally and originally he is from APC. It was the issues they had in the APC in Zamfara State that pushed him out, him alongside with some other persons, and with the court judgment that null and voided everything APC did, PDP picked up every other available ticket on during that particular election. And for some time now, there has been that rumor. Just some days ago, the presidency has confirmed the defection of the governor of Zamfara State, Bello Matawalle, from People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress. This is according to a Facebook post by presidential aide Bashir Ahmed on Sunday. As I was saying, Facebook post, I remember that normally Bashir would have done this on Twitter. But unfortunately,
Twitter is grounded.
Where it is now.
It's grounded.
Okay, and this was what he wrote. So Zamfara is back home. Welcome, Matawalle, the post read. And the defection has, however, not been confirmed by the governor, who back in April was visited by 6 PDP governors and moved to persuade him from joining the APC. The governors, including Sheyi Makinde of Oyo State, Yeson Wike of Rivers State, Bala Mohammed of Bauchi State, Darius Ishaku of Taraba, Umar Fintiri of Adamawa, and Aminu Tambuwal of Sokoto were all of those that went to see him then to prevail upon him not to leave the party. But meanwhile, you recall that during that visit, he swore that he will never, ever.
He said he swore by Allah.
Yes, that he wasn't going back to APC, that he will remain in PDP. So, politicians, just like that. A veteran journalist was saying earlier today on a national television, that can you really trust politicians? Well, I don't know, but let's listen to what he said way back then.
2019, I think so.
Yes, in 2019. Let's listen to what he said then. These were the words of Governor Matawalle when he was visited some time ago, where he swore that he wasn't going to defect. What does this say for the caliber of people we have in politics in Nigeria? All of this we'll look at in the course of today's program. So let's go straight to talking about this issue, starting first from the rearrest of Nnamdi Kanu and his repatriation to Nigeria. What's your take on this? I'll start from Eddy Ochigbo.
Thank you very, very much, Ehis. To some extent, I would like to say that people like Minority Leader Abaribe, Senator Abaribe, should be heaving a sigh of relief now because he was the guy that bailed Nnamdi Kanu.
But that particular one was rendered null and void when the military raided his apartment.
The issue is that
because they said the last person they saw him with was with the military.
Opinion molders who have written about this thing, or journalists like us, have asked that questions. What do you feel as the person who bailed this and the guy has bailed out of the country?
Yeah.
Sometimes he tried to answer it by saying that there was no other way for him because he was the chairman of a committee of the southeastern region that that the lot fell on him. Yeah. It was not that he just put it by his position as the chairman of the political committee. I can't remember that committee now.
Yeah,
he was. But come to think of it properly, I have said that there's no difference between. I said this program several times over and over again. There's no difference between the PDP and the APC. It's specifically our kind of politicians who don't mean what they say. They don't say what they mean. They just say whatever is in their mouth, to gain ascendancy, to gain recognition, to take office.
Yeah.
After taking office, you know what happens, and that's why we're in this mess today. By your own, survey from, 1999 to now.
Yeah.
If you want to, look at the politicians and put them on the scale.
Yeah.
Have they actually performed?
How does this relate or link to Nnamdi Kanu's rearrest and repatriation to Nigeria? That's what I want us to tie first before we go to.
I'll tie it. I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie it. I'm going to tie it through Abaribe.
Okay.
Because Abaribe, I say he should heave a sigh of relief. Because when they ask that question, it's always trying to. But the point I'm trying to make is that we are all in these things together. The politicians have messed up the system. That is the truth. I'm trying to say that.
Okay. So
what is the difference between PDP and APC? I come back to that point.
But you still haven't tied it for me because Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested, repatriated to Nigeria. What does it portend for what he represents? Yes.
A few days back, the Southeastern governors met and disassociated themselves
from IPOB.
Yeah. It was on national network. Because the question you asked me is that, did I see it coming? Yes, I saw it coming.
Okay.
I'm not surprised. But I still want to tie it to our political, pendulum. That this fault is not just somebody's this alone. We are in it. The entire politicians have put us in this mess.
Okay.
That led to this very issue that has, led to IPOB, and all these things.
All right.
Our politicians have not lived up to expectation. I want to tie it to that. That's why we are in this mess.
All right. Our politicians have not lived up to expectation, and that's why we are in this mess. And the mess you're talking about specifically is the fact that there are agitation
everywhere
for secession
everywhere,
and that is what Nnamdi Kanu seemed to represent for the Southeast. And now that he has been rearrested, and you remember charges bordering on treasonable felony.
I mean, I think 12 or 13
counts. Is it life imprisonment or death?
Death
now. They sentence if it's found guilty.
Yes.
I think it's death.
Because we still have a death penalty
in our constitution. Just that for a long time we've not heard of any. I'll come to Jeffrey. Nnamdi Kanu's arrest, is it a plus for us as a nation? Is it or a minus for IPOB? Or what is your general take on all of this?
I feel Nnamdi Kanu is somebody who is generally wanted by the Nigerian government, and for the fact that he's been arrested, probably it's something they should have done a long time ago. because I feel it's very important to actually hear both sides of the story and not just hearing news all the time from different people and all that. So Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested. I would say it's a plus to the Nigerian government. And if I actually watched a video, something that actually happened in the East, it was crazy gunshot area, and I asked myself, do we really have a precedent in this country for such to happen in a country just because of a particular belief that they have? So Nnamdi Kanu has been arrested. They have a whole lot of, issues against him.
Okay.
Yes. So now that he has been arrested, I just pray that probably they do their job diligently and follow the right procedures. This is Nigeria. Most times, you know how court cases are. You can even go to court and arrest somebody, even when the court said, he's free to go. They say, no, he's not free to go. So I just feel probably now that he's been arrested, they should do what needs to be done. So let's just get the proper information on it. So I feel it's a plus to the Nigerian government for doing that. And it's something they should have done a long time ago.
All right. Eddy, I'll come to you now. Will the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu in any way douse the agitation, or what do you think? How do you think it would impact on the secessionist agenda?
And I'll tell you yes and no. Because if it must be doused, steps must be taken to douse it.
Okay.
No, because if steps are not taken to douse it, it will not douse. So it's a big landmark. Let's see how the authorities and the judiciary will handle it. Because if you juxtapose Nnamdi Kanu and some of the other issues like the Yoruba agenda man,
Sunday
Igboho and all these things, they are in the same boat. So it means that if the fate of Kanu becomes like this, it means that they should go after Igboho, because they are saying the same thing.
Okay.
And also, we will look at the permutations from all ends and see how the government will handle it. Because I still feel that, yes, I say yes, if the right steps are taken to douse the tension. And dousing the tension is going back to the issue of justice, equity, and equality.
Justice, equity, and equality.
It must be addressed at all times. What leads to agitation, all this, is that somebody feels, marginalized. Somebody feels somebody feels not recognized, and I'm part of a family. So, the point I'm trying to make is that for it to work, the government temper justice, or the judiciary temper justice with mercy, and do things that will not further jeopardize the situation we find ourselves today.
Okay. You already touched on the fact that with the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu, this may work positively or negatively for secessionist agitation coming from different parts of the country, and how the government handles it will determine the outcome of it. Now, if I'm using we now, as a country, if our security
network
is strong enough for us to be able to get Nnamdi Kanu in far away, whichever country where he was staying.
I get your point. Why is it
difficult for us to tidy these issues at home? Jeffrey, why do you think it's difficult?
I just feel they are not really ready to do what they should do. You understand? I feel like maybe they just needed a glory that nobody is recognizing, because there are a whole lot of things that the Nigerian government should be focusing on, things that they should do. Like, for instance, you hear that we are having security issues in Nigeria, and the Nigerian government are busy trying to settle another security issues in another country. Why is it supposed to be so?
That's a big question that, I don't know, maybe it's only those in power that should be able to answer that. You're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM, and I'm sure it's no longer news to many people, but to you, if it is, one of the most wanted Nigerians after the death of Shekau, of course, is Nnamdi Kanu. And the Nigerian security have been able to rearrest him, repatriate him to Nigeria, and he's going to be tried in line with the charges that have been made against him, bordering on treasonable felony. After these messages, we'll come back on the program and talk about the defection of the Zamfara state governor to APC. All right, welcome back from that commercial timeout. You're listening to Ground Zero on Invicta 98.9 FM. Right now, let's talk about the defection fever that is all around Zamfara state, as the governor is said by some to have defected, said by some to be set to defect, but many say he's only eyeing it. The governor came out some time back to swear that he will never, ever defect to APC. What does it say for of the character, the quality of character of politicians that we have in Nigeria? Eddy.
I thought you would give it to my colleague. You know what? Nigerian politicians, as I've always said, they don't mean what they say and they don't say what they mean. They only mean to see how they will, corner, dip their hands into the till and take as much as they can, while the other, citizens, go malnourished and deprived. It's the fever. You call it a fever. I think you used a very, very right word. They say fever. Yeah. That fever of insatiable fever. You are not satisfied. You just want to acquire what Balarabe Musa of Blessed Memory calls primitive accumulation of wealth. Where you smell wealth, you jump into it, you dive. You don't even mind what you say yesterday. Swearing and cursing yourself that if such things happen to you, you should die. And then today, the same vomit, you go back and to take it. So it's nothing new to me. I think we have very decent politicians. That is the truth. Not all of them are bad. But most Nigerian politicians are very, very selfish. They are very, very, totally insensitive to what's happening to the people they represent. Yeah. Because if it were, I say, okay, it's authoritarianism, we will say, okay, it's because of that. But now we talked about democracy. Democracy is government of the people, for the people, by the people. So anything you do and you deprive the people, then you're not a democrat, or you cannot even call yourself somebody who should lead. So it's unfortunate, and I'm not surprised. There's no smoke without fire. It's already there just for him to say, yes, okay. Does it surprise you? Dr. Professor, this guy of Cross River. Ayade. Ebonyi. So why they are birds of the same feather that flock together. They don't even really know. It's how you want to grab power without allowing justice. When you have justice that is not protected and power that is overprotected over justice, you see,
that's what we have.
That's what we have. So there's no justice. Anything goes.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
Let me come to Ngbede now. With the audio clip we listened to earlier, and the governor coming out to swear that nothing will take him back and all of that. Do you think that if he listens to this today, he may have a rethink?
The truth is, this is politics, and anything is bound to happen. Somebody will just wake up and say, somebody has gone to doctor on that video. Somebody has done something on that audio clip. we've had situations whereby we watched a video clip about a particular person doing a particular thing, and later on they say no,
a particular person putting dollars.
Yes, and then they'll come and say no,
it's Photoshop.
It's Photoshop and the rest of it. So you understand. So don't be surprised. This is politics. Everybody, just like as my colleague has actually said, Nigerian politicians are self-centered. You know, they don't really care about their people. They care about what they go and achieve when they take that particular seat. You know, just like if you come to our party, your sins are forgiven. I'm not calling names, but you all know how it is. For somebody to wake up at the, you know,
11th hour
to want to deflect, that person might have seen a particular thing. Because there is a saying in my place that says if you want to know that the weekend is going to be good, it starts from Wednesdays or Tuesday. So he wouldn't just want to wake up and he doesn't care. And he won't even care what people might think. This is Nigeria, where they'll tell us that snake has swallowed 50 million and nobody will say anything about it. You understand? So this is politics. Whatever we see, we take.
Wow. The politicians play their game, and their game is politics. And in Nigeria,
is it politics or politics?
The brand of politics that just like you said, the brand of it in Nigeria is the one that seems to be on steroids. So it's hyper. Okay, now if successfully he defects to APC, it means that in just a span of less than a year, the APC's fold has gotten 3 big fishes. Dave Umahi, Ben Ayade, and Nambelo Matawalle joining the APC. And all of this is because 2023 is already in focus. 2023. And sadly, with the way politics is played in Nigeria, by the time, in another 6 months, when it gets to 2022, governance will be practically shut down, because everybody now will be hustling and realigning and repositioning and accumulating all that they need to execute and succeed in 2023. This defection, does it give any form of signal that because if one goes to the court of popular opinion, one would say the PDP is having a positive, is it positive now? The PDP seem to be having a popular opinion when it comes to the court of public opinion. But when it comes to reality on ground, looking at statistics and figures, something else may be what we are seeing. Will this in any way affect the 2023 elections, depending on who or where the presidency is coming from? Not forgetting too that the Southeast is angling, and that is one major reason why some of the governors in the Southeast are defecting to APC, that peradventure, if the ticket is zoned to the Southeast, that they will be primed and positioned to pick up the presidential ticket in 2023. How is all of this defection going to affect the outlook?
This 23 presidential election? Eddy.
Thank you very much, Ehis. I think I like the way you have analyzed it properly. You know, I look at it as political realignment, horse trading. You know, we are talking about the time that the thing will hit. We just have few months now that governance, so-called governance is going on. Anything from December, every situation change. It will be the dance of Makaba, the Makaba dance of politics, where they don't care whether people who captures all this. But hey, come to think of it properly. I said it on your show some few days back. I said, if the worsening insecurity is not addressed, there can't be 2023. We have to get that thing right. There just can't be. To let them be a realigning and jumping ship and flying and going everywhere. if they don't come together and say, look, our country is totally disorganized, if it's totally disorganized like this, how can 2023 be organized? So the signals, the very rare signals that if to some extent, like now the issues that the new chief of army staff is trying to address, we just pray that what he's saying is able to bring.
Yeah, that wherever you see any cell or this thing of Boko Haram, make sure you crush it.
Crush it, and he said he'll finish with them. So I pray it's not the same
rhetoric,
refrain, that the former predecessor was doing. I pray it's not so, because if we remain disorganized like this, there will be no there must be some harmony. Because we don't want a situation where there will be voter apathy. People will say, no, I don't even need to. With all this commotion, if I want to go and vote, they will kidnap me, and so on and so forth.
Jeffrey, with all of this, your take on how the 2023 general election is going to look like?
All right, from the look of things, we are all aware that in some states there's already burning down of some INEC offices. And I think if care is not taken, 2023 election is seriously on the edge. It might work and it might not work, because I think a part of the Nigerian constitution which says that if election is being threatened, of course,
state of emergency.
Yes, will be. So there is a whole lot of things we really need to put into considerations here. You understand? Because the way it's going, I feel there is a plan ahead, and it's only those who have the power that still, have the power to make decisions on what's going to happen.
Okay.
Yes.
081400989 and 07087800989 are the numbers to dial to add your voice to our conversation this evening. Hello, good evening, welcome to Ground Zero.
A very good evening, Ehis.
Good evening.
Geoffrey and Eddy, good evening.
Good evening, my brother.
Yeah, Akure.
Yes. I'm not surprised. The politician keep on telling GM, your GM, Ehis, that politicians are the same. You see, he has come to stay. Because me, as Eddy have said it, they only cares about themselves and others and their family. I'm not surprised. I think the Senate or the reps supposed to pass a law that when you are defecting, you must drop some things that you inherited from
That's
the
actually
other
the position of the Nigerian constitution, that you must quit that office unless they are.
But they are not following it. It's not
Are
following.
they making use of it now? They are
No,
not.
no.
So let it be. About the issue of Kanu, I congratulate Nigerian government, but whenever you do it to Y, you should do it to B too. Because these are the things that are bringing all this agitation. Because some people feel that they are marginalized. Even in my house, I feel that I'm marginalized. Because there are some people who take me down and I cannot talk. So they should just do the needful. When they do the needful, nobody will be crying to break down, to break up. Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kure. Hello, good evening, and welcome to Ground Zero.
Yeah, good evening, and good evening to all the guests at the studio there.
Good evening. What's your name and where you calling us from?
My name is Comrade Gabriel, the Texas. I'm calling from Kaduna.
All right, Comrade Gabriel, let's have your take.
My only take is that if there's anybody who is jubilating, I think it's going to be the bandits. Because the Zamfara state governor has been handling them with iron hands. So now they will say he has come back to their fold. Because as far as what in Nigeria are concerned, the security just has been measured in the city there. APC did not handle the security very, very well at all. You can imagine what happened at Kapincha. They say they start bullet from the chest of his friend. It's just very unfortunate. What we want this country to do is that if you are defecting, why not defect to measure something and not people going to celebrate in Zamfara state. So to me, that anybody who is celebrating now is a bandit.
Okay.
Because the governor is going to be very soft to them as he go back to APC.
Okay.
May the Almighty God bless him better.
Thank you so much.
To think that Nigeria is hungry.
Okay. Oh. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling us from?
I'm Ibrahim Lamidi. I'm from Kakuri.
All right, Ibrahim, let's have your take.
Yeah, I don't have much to say, but I agree with the last person who talked there in the studio that election may be hold or not be hold. The person in charge is the one that will decide. Okay. And there's a plan, and you have to take that word very serious. Something is going on seriously. That's my own contribution. Go ahead for Nigeria.
Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Ground Zero.
Hello, good evening, Mr. Ehis.
Good evening. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Yeah. My name is Matawalle. I'm in the studio.
Oh, Matawalle, you're welcome.
Let me quickly start with the defection theory. Let me correct this impression that when you move to APC, your sins are forgotten. That is not true. Reverend Jolly Inyami have moved to APC. He's in jail now. Reverend Joshua Darie moved to APC. He's in jail. Kalu went to jail. Farouk went to jail. So the issue that you move there, your sins are forgotten, that argument never hold water. And on the issue of defection, it still remains that whenever there is defection to PDP, it was a celebration galore. In the same Zamfara state, Mahmoud Shinkafi defected to PDP for ANPP. It was absolutely okay. Of recent, Otto moved to PDP. That was okay. When Saraki and Dino Walaya, all of them went to PDP, it was very okay. It was celebration. But whenever APC received of PDP, that is where we know Nigerian politicians don't have direct. We are here, which of the countries that even apply is coming back to APC, and many are even coming to APC. Let's see what 2023 will come. And by God's will, we are going to have election 2023. There's no amount of agitation that would deprive Nigeria from holding its election, presidential and general election, come 2023. Even state election that some people are threatening to stop, if they have never stopped it. Anambra will soon take place, whether they like it or not, because Nigeria is greater than any interest group. Nobody stops anybody from making any agitation. It's legal. But where it is illegal is when you begin to touch other people's rights. You begin to kill people, to destroy property of the state. That is when it becomes absolutely illegal. The arrest of Nnamdi Kanu is coming at a very good time. Sheikha was dead. Nnamdi Kanu is now at that time. Before Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, all his commanders were killed. Whoever in Nigeria, no matter where he or she come from, no matter his state, religion or tribe, if you feel that you are going to play politics with people's life, you will never ever succeed. They have been doing it for long, and they have never succeed, and they will never succeed. I pray all of them, no matter where they come from, they will be soon history. May God continue to make Nigeria with good leaders, no matter where they come from, no matter their tribe or religion, and may God distance us from corrupt officials and their agents that were even telling us that money should be given to them. Good evening, Mr. Ehis. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you, Matawalle. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, the peacemaker.
Good evening, you're welcome to Ground Zero.
This is Imachori from Sabo.
All right, Ima, let's have your take.
I want to talk about the governor of Zamfara. The coming of governor of Zamfara really surprised me, sir. Upon all the talks, God has given him opportunity to be a governor of Zamfara. He's doing well. Why the coming? There must be something. We used to say, the sin used to be forgiven. My daddy is saying, it's not like that. I believe, except you do more, you are doing well in your party. Different party. What PDP do for him? We know that if there is a crisis, maybe because of the other people that you are together with them in the party, they are not doing they are not following what you want, or you don't want to follow them. That's why you follow the party that they are following. That man don't have any reason of becoming, because he's doing where he should stand. What we are saying is candidate.
All right. Hello, good evening, welcome to Ground Zero.
Good evening, Mr. Ehis, and my greetings to the guests in the studio. I thank you very much for these topics being discussed. I want to say that for me, defection or not, what is most important that Nigerians as citizens should be more focused about is the passage of the electoral law. That electoral law was supposed to be passed, as it has been the tradition in Nigeria, prior to the 2019 general elections. The electoral law that was being reviewed will have taken into consideration learnings from previous elections and impacted greatly, to ensure that our polls are more credible than they have been. And so if that electoral act is not passed, that is even more of the real undoing for the 2023 elections, more than the consequences of insecurity and what have you. I want to state that, again, it is so good to see that the government is making progress around bringing stability to the southeast. I hope that the arrest of Nnamdi Kanu will be pointing to that regard and not worsening it. But the issues, the underlying factors that has allowed for people like Nnamdi Kanu to be seen as champions must be adequately addressed. I like how Mr. Eddy Ochigbo has put it. It is important that we are more focused on the issue of social injustices, inequality, underdevelopment, and all the things that citizens will perceive to be marginalization, because if governance perception is reality, until the people can see proof that is otherwise, their perception is their reality, and government must continue to be engaging enough to ensure that citizens are carried along and find a sense of belonging in nation building. For me, I will wish that the issues that have made people like Nnamdi Kanu become champions in the Nigerian state should be issues that the government will be repositioning itself to adequately address. And these are not far-fetched solutions. They are solutions that are practicable, and these solutions, if the government of the day can effectively show capacity in managing Nigeria's diversity, I'm certain that all will be well. I thank you very much.
Thank you, but you didn't tell us your name.
Oh, I said my name. Sorry, I did not. My name is Dagwa Abbas Martins Danjuma, and I'm calling from Barna, Kaduna.
All right, thank you so much. I'll come back to the studio now. Let's take our parting shots because time is our friend and we must respect it. Eddy, Ochigbo. Oh, no, let me start from Jeffrey. The young shall grow.
All right, all I just want to say is no matter your intention to join any party at all, it shouldn't just be your personal opinion or probably what you are going there to benefit, but it should be for the interest of everybody, and that's in the area of defection. And do what you have to do. Do what the people, who put you there to do. Just go there and do it. And then the part of the Nnamdi Kanu, of course, Nigerian government, they have tried in capturing Nnamdi Kanu, but they actually made a big deal out of the whole thing, like it's a whole country they are fighting. And they've done what they have to do, and probably kudos on their side. I believe that any moment from now, that issue will be an issue for another day.
Eddy Ochigbo, your parting shots.
Thank you very much. On the Kanu rearrest, I would like to say that let it be handled diplomatically so that it doesn't worsen already worsening situation. Then on the defection of alleged or reported or suspected defection. I don't know how to let us report it properly. Not on the defection, because I've not on the alleged or suspected or the planned. Let me use the planned. Is planned defection?
No, I think it's suspected.
It's okay
because he has not come out
to say he planned it.
Yes.
So every rumor is an evidence
on the rumored defection. That's how to put it. If I were to edit it, on the rumored defection of Matawalle, it's nothing new to me because I keep insisting that there's no difference between PDP and APC politicians. Most of our politicians, still remain totally out of touch about what a politician should be to their own people. But we have very few that know that it has to be with human face. Politics is of human face, not that you deceive the people when you take office, then you kick them out. There should be humanity, charity, help the people, be worried about their people.
All right. And I guess that's about the size of the program today. Unfortunately, we didn't get people dropping comments on our Facebook page, But like I would always tell you, even after the program, the conversation continues because we still react to these comments and inputs from you, the listener. Until on Saturday from 4 to 5, when we'll be on for another package of the program Ground Zero, I want to sincerely appreciate my guest on the program today, Jeffrey Ngbede Adiku. Thanks for having time to be on Ground Zero.
Thank you.
Eddy Ochigbo.
The pleasure is mine.
I am Ehis Agbon. You can call me the Peacemaker. Until on Saturday, when I'll be on again, like always I would say, whatever your labors and aspirations in this noisy confusion of life, learn to keep peace with your soul, with all its sham, drudgery, and broken dreams. It's a beautiful world that we live in. Be careful. Strive to be happy. Plant a tree today, water it, and watch it grow. May the good mighty Lord bless and keep us all.